Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to day 18 of the 10-year YouTube celebration. In day 17, I just gushed all about my love for Fire Pro Wrestling, and today I'm going to be taking a look at all of my various different wrestling predictions that I've done on the channel. So this one honestly should be fairly quick. I don't think I have too much to say, to be honest. But the first thing I wanted to mention was, in my original WWE Universe modes, dating back to, that started in WWE 2K16, I, at the time, was doing this thing called a prediction game, which is something I got from another creator who did it for WWE's real pay-per-views. But I decided to just predict what I thought was going to happen, you know? And originally that started as all the pay-per-views in that original universe were AI simulated, and I would record the predictions before I recorded the show, so I didn't know what was going to happen at the time. And it was literally a complete guess as to who I predicted and who won. And eventually when I took more control and started fully, controlling everything, and I did know what was going to happen, basically through all the original universe, and then when Tyson and I brought a universe back for 2K19, we basically just kept that going, to be honest. So, yeah. It was a fun little thing to do. A fun little thing that initially started as just, me and Tyson working together to make this thing, so before we record it, we had agreed that it was going to be AI simulated, so the pay-per-views were, so we would just predict it and see, who predicted better, And then, like I said, when I took more control over everything, I kept it going, but this time just kind of doing it in character. We would bring it back for our 2K19 universe, which was me and Tyson again, because eventually the original universe was just me and Tyson, was removed. But then when we brought it back in 2K19, it was both of us all together, more involved. With Tyson more involved, because I was obviously always involved with the original. And again, it was just always a fun little thing to do. But then, in 2019, I also started doing IRL predictions. Not very many. I did 6 of them total. I started off with the first one being AEW's Fight for the Fallen 2019 pay-per-view. Again, these are all 2019, for the record. It didn't go further than that. So it was AEW's Fight for the Fallen, which I recorded earlier that day, then did a small little, what I called mini review, which was just going over predictions and how I just thought about it very briefly. And I did that also for Extreme Rules 2019, TakeOver Toronto 2, into SummerSlam 2019. Tyson and I went to an episode of SmackDown Live in August that we also did that for, and we did live predictions there. And then the last predictions was Clash of Champions 2019. Again, they were all cool. Some of them Tyson was involved, some of them he wasn't. I eventually canceled the predictions kind of show, if you will, after Clash of Champions, just because, I wouldn't have said this at the time, but I can look back and realize it now. I was super burnt out. I was just... That's it. I was super burnt out. I couldn't do it anymore. I didn't want to do it. And that was the real start of me just not watching wrestling. Obviously, there are other things, too. I had already been falling out of love with WWE specifically. I really didn't like the booking. But even then, with Triple H still booking NXT, I didn't like NXT anymore, really. Which I know is blasphemous, because people say, 2018, 2019, that kind of era of NXT is, the best NXT. A lot of people say that. But, I don't know. I really liked that early NXT, when they first became the black and gold. I guess even pre-Black and Gold, because the Black and Gold was more of a Triple H thing, But, the early NXT, when, it was still basically FCW, and like you had like the Dusty Rhodes influence on a lot of things. You know, I liked that a lot. I really did. Like, there's a lot of cool memories, or there was just a lot of cool stuff with the early, again, like, Dusty influenced NXT that I liked a lot, you know. And I still liked when more of like the, like, you know, indie guys started coming in and Triple H started taking more control, especially after Dusty's passing. You know, I did so like that, you know. Like, the year that I really kind of like dove headfirst into NXT was 2016, actually. So, like, yeah, there's still some of that I liked a lot. And, like, one of my favorite matches ever is Nakamura versus Sami Zayn at TakeOver Dallas. Like, that match is so fucking good. Like, even though that match really was just Sami saying, hey, yo, I'm just gonna wrestle your style. It's like, hey, and it worked, because, you know, both are fucking great. Even if one of those guys has been really mediocre since that match. Whatever, that's a different conversation. A lot of this is a different conversation. I won't get into it. But yeah, I was super burnt out at the end of the day. That's what I can say. That was the real start of me just not caring, not wanting to watch it. I was already falling out of love with WWE. I had my issues with the booking for both WWE's main roster and NXT. AEW, I liked things they were doing, but nothing they were doing super early grabbed me, like gripped me. And there were some other like companies that, again, I used to follow, that I had kind of stopped with, falling off of following and watching as well. And yeah, I just, that's where things were at the time. And nothing, besides DPW, nothing has really got me to the point where, like, I want to watch wrestling again. But yeah, that's really all I got. Like I said, I didn't have much to say for the most part. And I actually said more than I was thinking I would. But yeah, the predictions were fun for the time, but mainly just because of me just being super burnt out with wrestling, I just felt like I couldn't do it anymore, so I decided to cancel predictions, and after really 6 episodes of the prediction series, it was dead in the water. So yeah, that was that, and that was day 18. I hope you joined me for day 19 with whatever that happens to be about, and until next time, I'll see you later. Bye, guys.